So what's the worst thing that could happen while we're waiting for cruising to return? I guess cruise lines going bankrupt. We've talked about it before, saying no, we don't think that's going to happen. Well, I think we lost one. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. My name's Tony. If you enjoyed that cruising and travel content, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of our episodes. Somebody mentioned in the comments the other day, why are you only reporting bad cruise news? It seems self-explanatory. What other news is there? How about nobody is quarantined on a cruise ship right now because of the virus? That's good news. Right? Yeah, so worst case scenario, cruise lines going bankrupt as the continued shutdown of cruising drags on. By the time cruising starts again, if it starts again in September, that'll be 6 months of no cruising, no revenue, no drink of the day, no deck parties, 6 months of nothingness as we try to get through this challenging time from a health perspective. And just like people, the cruise lines can't go without money. And now we have a joint venture by Royal Caribbean, Pullmantur. It's just a small Spanish cruise line that Royal Caribbean's got a stake in. They've filed for insolvency in Spain. That's basically bankrupt. 3 cruise ships. They're one of those cruise lines that would pick up older cruise ships. Their current fleet, 3 ships, 1 old Celebrity ship, 2 old Royal Caribbean ships. The 3 cruise ships in question, the former Celebrity Horizon, the former Royal Caribbean Monarch of the Seas, and the former Royal Caribbean Sovereign of the Seas. They've been sailing under those names just without the Celebrity and Royal names. Jim Walker over at Cruise Law News, his blog, he's got an article where apparently a couple of those ships are being stripped of their valuables. The crew members have been given the orders to go in and take out the nicer things on that cruise ship, the electronics, the fine fixtures, and load them up on pallets. They're stripping the cruise ships. Royal Caribbean owns 49% of Pullmantur through a joint venture with Cruise Investment Holdings. So this is a small drop in the bucket for Royal Caribbean. It's not like it's saying Royal Caribbean going bankrupt, but Pullmantur, it looks like those cruises are gone. I didn't find any information as to what happens to people that may have had those cruises booked. Hopefully they're getting refunds because future cruise credit would be futile. On a bright note, we did get our refund from Princess for our Alaska cruise that was supposed to go off in June. So now looking for something fun to celebrate in this cruise life right now. My new favorite thing is refund day. We did get our money back from Princess Cruises. It was less than 90 days to get our refund, and so I am happy about that. We have successfully gotten refunds from Royal Caribbean and Princess. We are waiting on just a small amount of money from Norwegian Cruise Line, but so far, so good. In other cruise news that's not so bright and sunny, yesterday, Carnival Cruise Line, CCL, their stock was downgraded by the S&P. It was cut to non-investment grade or junk status. I'm not a financial expert. I don't know what that means, but it's definitely highlighted as a downgrade. It doesn't mean that CCL will stop being traded. Of course, you'll still be able to buy those stocks. Some of the big money that is in play in the market depends on these ratings. Whether or not you can invest in something depends on these ratings. And so this, in some level, in layman terms, this takes away potential investors, potential fund investors from CCL and makes their money that they want to borrow or money that they want to raise possibly more expensive from a debt perspective. Again, you'll have to go to a financial channel to go deeper on that. but the indicator is that it was a negative, this downgrade. It'll be interesting to see what happens to CCL stock in the market today. Just a fun fact I looked up today, I don't know that anybody cares, but prohibition in the United States lasted for 13 years. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how long will this go? I know this is a different circumstance than prohibition. I don't know it's the same thing. Prohibition, it was decided on, all that kind of thing. We don't have much decision when it comes to this pandemic, but people did survive for 13 years without alcohol. I know people that there were some ways to get alcohol. I don't think there's any ways to get cruising right now, but yes, so we survived 13 years without alcohol in the United States. We'll make it 6 months. We'll make it 8 months, 9 months without cruising. Hopefully not much longer. What else is going on in the cruise news here? Let me just pull it up. Let's see if we go cruise news, what are the first headlines that we run into? Your favorite cruise ship may never come back. 23 classic vessels that could be laid up, sold or scrapped. This is an article by the Points guy. And basically he looked at the age of some cruise ships and yeah. I still believe that the fantasy class, at least the majority of the fantasy class on Carnival, which are older cruise ships, because of what they do for Carnival and the different ports around the United States, I don't think you're going to see a lot of the fantasy class disappearing. That's just my prediction. Los Angeles Times, ships won't restart U.S. cruises because of coronavirus. That's true. Motley Fool, why Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian cruise lines floated higher on Tuesday. They did move up a little bit on Tuesday. It's, again, going to be interesting to see what happens today. The world's largest cruise line just canceled a boatload of additional sailings. This was another Points guy. Who is the largest cruise line? I thought it was Carnival. They're referencing Royal Caribbean here. Isn't Carnival, don't they have more in their fleet? Like, I don't know. 25, 26. You think I could look that up? I'm not doing it right now. Royal Caribbean Spanish Cruise Line files for reorganization. That was Fox Business. We talked about that. I must have read the Points guy a lot because I have a bunch of Points guy in my results here, my Google results. The coronavirus pandemic has claimed its first cruise line. That's what we talked about. Here's a story I would like to talk about. A woman went into labor mid-flight. 2 Carnival cruise ship nurses stepped in to deliver the baby. This is in my results under the Washington Post, but I've seen this in a couple places, even on John Hild's Facebook page. Let's see if the Washington Post will let me read the article. This is one of those places where you click into the article and they're like, if you want to read it, you got to get a subscription. But sometimes they'll let you read the article. Let's see. This is from June the 22nd. I know the story happened earlier, though. I'm going to quote exactly from the article. When a woman went into labor on the Emirates flight from London to Manila, there were 2 fellow passengers well equipped to help nurses heading home from their jobs on a Carnival cruise ship. This is a positive repatriation story. Crew members finally getting home. If there's any silver lining for crew members stuck on cruise ships, it is now the timing of the birth of this new baby on a flight from London to Manila. I'm here to cheerlead it. The too long didn't read version. Lady wants to pop out a baby in the middle of a plane flight. Hey, is anybody a doctor? Yes, I'm raising my hand. I'm a nurse from a Carnival cruise ship. I'm a nurse from a Carnival cruise ship. Boom, we have the baby. The baby's safe. The mommy's safe. You know what they named her? Think about it. Airplane. They named the baby Sky. That's the story, a positive story on repatriation. Let's spin it that way. If it wouldn't have been the tragedy of these folks not being able to get home on a timely basis, the fact that it was prolonged put them in the exact right place at the right time to bring new life into this world. There's that story. I like that one. That's just page 1, right? Ship technology, how the cruise industry got washed up. Pretty sure that's about the pandemic. Another large cruise ship wants to tie up in Eastport to wait it out. That's from Bangor Daily News. Is that even in the United States? Is that Bangor up on the East Coast? I'll click into that. Let's see. Oceana Riviera tied up in Eastport, Maine to hang out. All right, they got to go somewhere. It's only 785 feet long. That's a big ship, though. What are you talking about? All right, guys. Yeah. that's the positives and the negatives. What's the positive today? The baby story, right? Baby story. Way to go. Happy birthday, Sky, baby born on the flight from London to Manila. Does the bankruptcy scare you? Are we going to cruise again? Lament with me in the comments. Leave some of your juicy wisdom. Tell me the latest conspiracy theories. Thank you so much for watching the video, for spending time today. Do me a favor, get on that like button, hit it, and check out another one of these videos that YouTube's recommending. This is Tony for Lido Loca, and until tomorrow, we'll see you on the Lido.